Hi, I'm Penny.
I'm Nandini.
And welcome to 1111 Talks.
We are just continuing on with our second part from our last episode because I think we went a little longer than what we expected.
What actually it starts mattering is, Nandini, is also once you get married and you're like, how are you, like your actions, you stopped, actions have some repercussions, like once you're getting married, right? I got married into a family like that lives here. So my in-laws and everybody live here. So I went into, died before the marriage, like I was very concerned about how because I've lived by myself for so long. And then suddenly coming into this setup of family again, and especially not my parents, it's like my husband's parents. It was very conscious and it comes with some repercussions. So what you're doing is, other people might think of it, take it differently.
Yeah.
Even if it's as small as like you're going out for drinks in the night. So I wasn't sure how it'll be perceived. But then I kind of consoled my own self. Is like, I know in my conscience that I'm doing right.
Yes,
I'm okay with
doing
myself.
anything wrong.
I'm able to look into the mirror and tomorrow say, okay, whatever I'm doing and the choices I'm making, I'm proud of myself.
Yeah.
Everything else is irrelevant. So once you hit that mark, that was so empowering.
Yeah, and I think that, like you said, introspect, like see if this is the right thing or this is not the right thing in any form, like if it's harming someone, even emotionally, I mean to say, like, if it's going to hurt someone, like would that matter to change that behavior? Should it matter? Like if that person is so important, like because if it's your family and for any reason they don't like a certain thing, and it's okay to change, like it's fine.
Yeah.
And that's what I've understood now. Before, back then I would be like, why should I change?
Yeah.
This is how I am. I'll be like this. If you want, you stay, or no. It's like that. But now it is more like, is it okay? Would it harm me? Like, no, it's fine. They don't like it.
And does it
I'll just leave
even,
it.
like, is it that important for me that I cannot change?
Yeah, and like you said, I think there was this one time we had a conversation and you were saying, if it's like a job, like, they tell you not to work, then that's harming your identity and your career. Then you don't have to change that. But things like, you don't drink one day.
Yeah.
And if that matters at all, I don't think it matters to them.
It doesn't. I'm not motivated
as an example,
anyway.
if anybody in your family thinks, oh, you shouldn't be drinking at this point, and you stop for that night, and it wouldn't harm you, then it's fine to do those things.
Exactly. And it's, even for the, like, guys, like, I know probably going to be hit with it, but even the clothing part. There's, like, certain clothes deserve a certain... again, it's my personal opinion that certain clothing needs to be worn in certain settings. If you are in a environment that do not have exposure to that, why do we have to push our boundaries to make ourselves more uncomfortable and make others uncomfortable?
I guess that's another topic for another day, because I have a different opinion on that. Because I mean, I agree if someone's feeling uncomfortable and all of that, but it's also about what you feel comfortable, and you're feeling comfortable. It's because I feel like it's come from a point where everybody's told a certain thing. Like everyone's told you should be covered. Everyone's told, why should we be covered? Like why is it not the same for men?
Yeah.
What is the difference between my skin and a man's skin?
I think it's the same for men also. You wouldn't expect someone to turn up in like board shorts at a wedding.
Yeah. And if he does, then they would still be like, oh, you are in this, but they wouldn't be like, oh my God, look at him. He's showing off.
I'll be like that. I'll be that auntie. It's like, how dare you wear this? Like, does he not have the conscience?
I think I see what you mean by etiquettes. Like, I think you have to have those etiquettes, probably. Yes, like you have to dress in a certain way. But showing off, like, shorter skirt, like shorter
I'll
dress.
ask you a question on that, right? Has your dressing sense evolved from 20s to now? Like, have you been dressing up differently of how you used to dress up in 20s?
I think so.
And why do you think that is?
Slightly. So one thing
because
is
your body has definitely changed. She's always been that fit.
No, my body has changed.
You look the same.
I look the same. Yeah, that's what everyone says. But I have got flaps and everything. But I think my thoughts have changed. The kind of clothes I buy have changed. Like I don't buy fast fashion now, and that's changed the style. And it's a lot to do with internally. It's nothing to do with how much I show or how much short I wear.
I think that's where it also connects for me as well, this clothing bit. Because what I found was it's more about your comfort, and it's more about how you want to feel in your body. Like if you want your substance to be the person you are, like I want to be a kind person. There's a certain personality I want to be looked at, I want to emit out, I want to be highlighted as a personality. So I put more emphasis on that than on clothing. Like if I want to be like my body shouldn't be the most important thing about me. How what I wear shouldn't be the most important thing about me. That's why I want to intentionally work on inwards, and I intentionally work on being healthy and stronger, because that is what is important to me now. When I was in 20s, yes, I did not care what other people think about that. And if I'm sitting into this, and especially I want my in-laws to feel comfortable around me, and I want them to see how nice person I am, how much I love this, and how good we are together. I want them to focus on then oh, that looks odd, what is she wearing, what is she like, I don't want them to focus on that because it's actually noise, it's not even important to me.
Right. And I think I see what you mean. And again, in that situation, I wouldn't change it. Like I would do the same thing. Like it's not worth my time to create a drama there.
Yeah.
So I'd rather just dress the way you want and then get on with it.
Yeah.
I would do the same. But where I'm coming from is the next generation, where how I would see would be different.
Absolutely.
Like if you feel good in a certain clothing and you feel like that's what we were talking about, isn't it? That what we feel feel comfortable, we feel good, and we want to wear a certain clothing, then we wear it.
Yes.
Because again, I'm saying we can't change other people's minds, and like you said, it is conditioning, and we respect that because they have thought it's a cultural thing, it's more traditional, and they are also coming from a good place, no judgment. But I think from my perspective, moving on for the next generation, or from what judgment I would have, is nothing.
Yeah. Like I'll go back to the same thing, I said in the first episode before, when you look into the mirror and you see yourself and you're able to say that I'm happy with who I am, how I am dressed, go ahead with it.
Yeah.
As long as your conscience is clear, and you are not doing wrong and you are happy with your choices, and it's not hurting anyone, it's not actually affecting anybody's emotions or your loved ones who you really care about, everything else is a noise.
Yeah. Like, see, that's the part. Like, I agree with what you were saying, that, you're not harming any of your loved ones, you're respecting them. That is the part that you consider, right? Otherwise, what is wrong? Like, how is wearing something wrong?
Yeah,
right
it's
or wrong?
relative.
Like, who made this right and wrong is what I'm coming from. Like, where are these rule books saying this is right for this is wrong for this? Everything has been just told to us. We have grown up in a certain situation, and we've been learned by ourselves, but there's no such thing as right and wrong.
Yeah. I think it's relative to the effects that it has on people around you and your life, and how much hardship you face around that.
Yeah. And I think another thing is, like you said, it's your protection also. Like, because I know I think certain way, like, I think there's no judgment, you wear what you like and all of that, and we might look at it a different way or whatever it is, but you're comfortable, you go for it. But at the same time, if we see the situation around, if we feel could be any harm coming at us, I would protect myself. That's where we look at what are other people around like. So just being I think conscious about how you would be harmed, rather than one is you harming others, your loved ones or whatever, and you're happy to take on that, and then you think about how I would be harmed.
That's even survivor's instinct.
Survival.
It's survival. It's not nothing to do with somebody's telling you what to do or what not to do. It's you just want to be comfortable, and you want to be safe, and you want to live
safe.
And given that we both have lived overseas, right, we have consciously made those choices. I have, at least. I'm sure you would. Otherwise you wouldn't have brought this one up. Is like dressing it appropriately and being in an environment that's safer.
Yes. Yeah.
And there's no harm. Like nobody told me, okay, you can't be out in the midnight and by yourself walking on the road. I chose to do that because I want to survive and I want to be comfortable. I want to be safe, and
not everybody is like a saint out there and kindness is everything and be like do nothing.
Exactly.
Like, no, you would be harmed. And like, okay, I'll be safe in this situation.
At the end of the day, more than being outspoken and more than being like so confident about myself, I need to look after myself. I'm an adult.
You protect yourself, and that's where maturity also comes into play.
Comes into play.
Yeah. Yeah, that's about clothing.
Going back to the transitioning into 30s, right?
30s,
Like,
yeah.
if you have to go back and give advice to your 25 something year old now,
Yeah.
what would you say?
Like nobody is thinking about what one thing you did wrong. Nobody is thinking about you all day.
Yeah.
Like just move on with your life. It's okay and do what makes you happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think in my 20s I would be like, others are thinking, oh, what if they
Really?
think about me like this? I should be perfect. I should be this. I should be that.
It must be so painful, right? Like,
It's so stressful. Like imagine being like that 24/7.
yeah.
It's so stressful and nobody thinks of you. Nobody thinks about
Actually,
you.
no one thinks about that. Like,
Yeah.
how many times have we thought about like,
Others,
others
like,
and stuff?
yeah.
I really like don't really
I
care that
don't.
much.
Yes, but yeah, that is, and nobody can understand you, and nobody should understand you because
Yeah.
just as you won't understand
Yeah.
anyone else.
Even like smallest of situations. For example, if like what kind of clothing you're gonna wear, or handbag you wanna carry, or what brands you wanna carry, like all that superficial stuff. Personally, it went away from me.
Yes, it's
I still like nice things. I still like to be a nice, like well put together. But it's not for others. It's for my own personal thing.
Yeah.
It's not what, oh, this person looked at me in this dress, I'm not going. I was like that. I was never repeating outfits.
yeah.
Never repeating outfits.
Seriously, yes, that reminds me of me. It
Yeah?
used to be like, no repeating outfits, and you always straighten your hair, put makeup on, and everything has to go together. I still do
Yeah,
try
yeah.
and do how much ever I can, but it's not on the top of my list.
Yeah, it's not a driving factor anymore.
Yeah, it's at the end
yeah.
of the day, it's like I'm comfortable, I'm just like wear
Yeah.
something and go. But I still want to be presentable because end of the day, whatever we do, the first impression is based on how we look
How we look.
or
Yeah.
how we present ourselves.
Yeah.
So it's the world is working that way. The
Yeah.
world is like that. So I've understood that, and now it's all about being presentable.
Yeah.
In
I
that.
like I do agree with that as well. Like this is very important because you want to highlight your best features, but you want people to reach there. And if your body is the first bit that you look at and you get
Yes.
appealed from, and then eventually when they get to know you, that's when they'll actually, okay, this all comes together so well.
Yes.
You want to have the best mixture of person aesthetically and internally.
Personality also.
Personality also.
Yeah.
You don't want to be this pretty person with no confidence, like nothing to back up with, no substance, no thought, no deeper meaning to yourself. Again, guys, it's my opinion.
Yes. No,
yeah.
I think that's a very valid. It's mine too, I guess.
Yeah,
Like it's more to do what you are as a person, but to get to know that person, someone should approach. Right?
And
you
then
have
get
to,
there.
Yeah.
Get to your core, and you don't want to be so caught up in superficial things and beauty and like where you are hanging out in the best restaurants. But when you talk, when you get talking, there's nothing to actually connect to. Nothing to there's no
yeah.
conviction in
Yeah.
it. And I did meet a lot. Meet a lot of people like that, and they obviously I don't hang out no more friends with. But I want to add value to others, and I want the same back. And
Yeah.
but I guess the starting point is like the aesthetic people.
Yeah,
of it,
just
yeah.
presentable. Like first impression is like the best impression
Yeah.
they say, and I guess that's for a reason.
Yeah.
So yeah, but what would you give as an advice
on my
when you were
25-year-old?
Yeah.
I would tell my 25-year-old to chill a little bit, like relax a little bit. Like you know how you said, nobody's thinking about you, nobody's caring about you. But I want to tell her that you need to start working on yourself first before you expect anyone around you to change. Nobody owes you anything. You owe yourself more than anybody owes you. So start working internally, and everything else will come together in a beautiful bouquet, which happened for me, which
That is
actually
so
happened
nice.
for me.
Yes, I 100% agree that nobody owes you anything. Nobody owes anyone anything. Like just you
Even
have
your
to.
parents don't.
No, they don't. You
Yeah.
don't owe anything to your parents either.
Either.
Like we're all individuals,
Individual.
and we choose to be kind people and
Yeah.
around. We love our parents. Parents love us, but it's not that we owe something. to anyone.
Something. It shouldn't be out of obligation.
Yeah,
It should
it's
be
out
out
of
of
love.
and intention and respect.
And
really.
it is so nice that you said that because nobody owes anybody anything
Yeah,
really,
yeah.
and that is what actually creates so much problem now, that when you think, oh, you owe me,
Yeah.
like, that creates an expectation, and then the person doesn't meet your expectation, then you get upset
Exactly.
that they didn't do what you thought that they wanted to do.
It's like they should have wanting to do that for you because you thought it was.
So because you thought it was meant to happen and that didn't happen.
Have you seen that reel of Farhan Akhtar and Vidya Balan?
No, I haven't.
It's like तुम चाहो कि मैं चाहूँ कि तुम ना जाओ.
Yes, that is.
It's like
It's like, I want you to think what I think.
yeah. I want you to think that you don't want to go on this
Yes.
boys' night that he was going on.
Yeah, see, that is what
Yeah.
you're creating expectations and hoping that other person meets your expectation without. Yeah, so nobody owes you anything.
Anything.
And when, I think that is a very nice thing to put out there.
Yeah.
I guess from our 20s,
To our
we have
30s,
learned
a lot.
and
lot.
we have actually calmed down in life right
And
now.
we're still not as good of a person that I think like we're still evolving and
And I think we are letting go of that control over time, over anything for that matter. And that's what actually is helping me in my 30s now.
Yeah.
Just not holding on. Everything is in my control, trying to control everything.
I wanted
Just
to
releasing it.
actually get into the Balbi and 30s point. It's probably an episode for a second time or a part 2 or something of that sort. I want to get to is like, has marriage been that crucial for us to be calmer in life? Has marriage played a big role in like, would we be the same people if we weren't married?
That's a very interesting topic because now I'm thinking about it. I'm calmer after I got married.
Yeah.
Would I be calmer if I weren't married?
Yeah.
I think I would, but I would always think of that one aspect of my life. I think.
We'll take it up on the next episode, guys, on this one, because I would love to break it down and introspect on it. How important was marriage that important?
And how marriage has actually changed us as human beings, as
human
people.
beings or people, or would it make any of a difference that if we weren't married tomorrow? And although it's all hypotheticals, but I will bring in some interesting topics on that.
Cool. Right. That was a good chat. And
thank you for
see
watching.
See you in the next one.
See you for.
Bye.
Thank you for listening.
Bye.
Bye.